Hi guys, Merry Christmas. This is Meenu. Welcome back to my channel Storytale. In this video, I'm going to be recommending some books which is going to get you ready for Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I really love it. I really love the holiday. Actually like the vibe of Christmas. I think everyone is a little bit cheerful around this time. We also have New Year coming in, so that is also a very exciting time. Even though I do not celebrate it in a very big way, but I do like to celebrate it as a party because we friends or my family get together and we have lunches and everything. We have cake and treats and everything. So that is something that I really love about Christmas. I also used to go somewhere during Christmas, but of course last 2 years it's not possible because of a pandemic. But anyway, I cannot even actually bear that much crowd anymore. But anyway, it's very much enjoyable at home where I can cook and make something really nice for me and my family and everything. We just get together, enjoy it. That is just the basic of Christmas for me. And of course, tons of books release around Christmas, which is of course based on Christmas. And all of these books are very light read, except for one or two. I'm gonna tell you about which one later in the video. But still, the books that we get around this time, I think are very much enjoyable. I have not been able to read many books. I have just read 4 because I did not have much time this year. But anyway, these 4 books that I've read, I've actually enjoyed, and it just got me ready for Christmas, and I'm really excited for the day to come. Now, without wasting any more time, let's dive into it. The first book that I'm going to recommend is When You Least Expect It by Haley Cass. This book was released last year around Christmas, and the story is about Hannah and Caroline. Caroline is a lawyer who has been hired by Hannah, who is recently going through a divorce with her husband. Throughout her marriage, Hannah has sacrificed very much for her family. She also have a daughter, and she did not have much say in the marriage, and her husband actually cheated on her even though she has been trying so hard to being a good wife. But now that she is separated from him, she is trying to build up her new life with her daughter. She wants to be self-independent and want to build a life for her daughter by her own self. And Caroline is the most self-dependent and self-sufficient person she has ever met. She is a lawyer, but she is also kind of single. She's already around 30 or something, and she kind of regrets that she does not have a very lasting relationship. All her relationship has been a failed relationship, and she is not into holidays anymore. So when she meets Hannah, who is someone that she has always been crushing on, she instantly gets ready to help her and take her case. It is very difficult for Caroline to hide her feelings because Hannah is straight, at least that's what she thinks. But the attraction between them is very much obvious. You can see that throughout the book. This book is kind of a very nice romantic kind of a read. I actually enjoyed it. Both Hannah and Caroline has a very nice chemistry. Both are very different from each other, but still both of them complete each other. There are certain scenes in this book that is just amazing. Especially there's one scene at the lake house which I think is very nice. And there's also one scene at the bed when Caroline was describing how she likes to make love to, her girlfriends and everything. So that scene was also very good. Actually enjoyed the romance and everything in this book. This book actually is not just based around Christmas. It goes throughout the whole year. So it starts from Christmas and then ends at Christmas. And it goes on a 1-year journey. And it is an interesting, enjoyable read. You can surely check it out. The second book that I'm going to recommend is The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. This book was part of my 1-day challenge where I was supposed to complete this book in a 1 day. And of course, for many people, I think that is not big of a challenge. But for me, it is because I'm someone who gets distracted very easily. But for me to complete a book when I have a full-time job, it is kind of a headache. But still, I completed it and I was actually very glad that I did. I actually enjoyed this book, and as the name suggests, this book is based around a bookshop. The story is about Carmen, who could not hold on to a job for long, and she believes that she is a failure against her sister Sophia, who is kind of an overachiever. She is also a lawyer, and she is also married to a very nice guy. She has amazing kids. That is why Carmen thinks that she is kind of a failure. And when her mother sends her to Sophia to actually live with her for a few days because she might get a job or something for Carmen, Carmen was not happy. Sophia too was not happy with Carmen's visit, but she cannot do anything else because her mother kind of insisted her to do this. But anyway, she ends up finding a job for her in this bookshop, which was kind of dying because the owner of the bookshop is someone who cannot keep up with everything. He's getting old, of course, and his system and everything is kind of wrong. That is why she kind of believes that Carmen may be able to help him and help save that bookshop. And of course, she was right. Carmen did everything that she could to revive that bookshop. And when is the best time to revive a bookshop? Than at Christmas. I actually enjoyed all the scenes of bookshop and how she was talking about books, the different edition, how she was arranging and everything. It was like my paradise. Of course, I love books and I love everything that is even close to books. But this book was such an enjoyable read. And also the city that this story is based on, Edinburgh, I think it is one of the most beautiful city. I've seen pictures and TikToks of that place, and I think it is very beautiful too, and that beauty has been described in this book too. There's also another book that I've read which is based in Edinburgh, and that is such a coincidence. I have never actually read before any book that was based on Edinburgh, and now I have two. So anyway, I really enjoyed this book. It was very interesting. The only thing that I did not like about this book is the romantic angle of it. I do not think Carmen needed anyone. She did not need a romantic angle in this book. I did not enjoy the two boys that she liked. I think that was the most boring part of this book. I did not care about Blair, who was a bad boy, and the other guy, Oki or something, who was a good guy. I did not care about them at all. I did not enjoy the romance or chemistry or anything. The only chemistry that I loved is between Carmen and Sophia. Those two sisters were just amazing together, and even Carmen's nieces and nephew were just amazing. I really loved all of their scenes, but the scene with the boys was just boring. I did not enjoy it. I do not think a good story needs romance. This book was complete on its own. If the author did not put any romantic angle in this book, I think this book would have been much better. Now let's talk about my third book, Always in December by Emily Stone. This book is something that is going to tug at your heart from the very start. The story is about Josie, who kind of lost her parents around Christmas, and since then she kind of sends a handwritten letter to them, and she does not address that letter to anywhere. She just posts it in the mailbox, and she writes it every Christmas, and she does not actually like anything about Christmas because of course the things that happen. Once when she was going to post that letter, she accidentally meets Max. She kind of hit him with her bike, but anyway, she meets Max, who is like the breath of fresh air in her life. She has always been very much depressed around Christmas, and he kind of bring that cheerfulness that she needed. In a matter of 2 days, they become very close. But everything kind of changed when Max suddenly disappeared after they had an amazing night. That kind of broke her heart because the way that Max left was very sad. This book, like the first one, also goes through a 1-year journey. It starts from Christmas and then ends up with Christmas. Throughout the year, Josie and Max kind of end up meeting each other accidentally, and every time they meet, their love kind of rekindles, but by some way or some miscommunication, they always get separated. This book is very sad from the beginning to the end, and end is like something that you're gonna cry over. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but this is a very sad book. So if you do not like something like that, like you do not want to read a sad book that is gonna make you cry, then I don't think you should pick it up. But anyway, this book was kind of interesting. Yes, the end I did not expect, even though many people are saying that there were hints, but I'm not actually very good at getting hints or anything. But anyway, I was really hooked to the character, so that is why I kind of end up feeling very sad for them, especially for Josie, because she cannot just be happy around Christmas. Always something bad happens to her, so I think that is something not fair. The last but my most favorite book is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I love this book. I enjoy every minute of it, and especially Aiden. I think he is like the perfect guy, which does not exist. He is like the positive, like a little baby, but he's also very sexy. So I do not know. I do not know anyone who is like that. But anyway, he's just a little bunny who is like something that you want to protect. So the story is about Stella and Adele. Stella is a former convict. She did something that she went to jail for, and Aiden is the general manager of this store, who is very famous. It's a very elite kind of store, but it has a very bad window shopping. So one day Aiden and Stella was kind of staring at that window shopping, and Stella of course had some suggestions. So she gave those suggestions, and Aiden kind of was impressed by her and her ideas. So of course she put on an interview and hired her. And from that, their love story kind of began. At the beginning, they kind of have a trouble because, of course, Aiden is her boss. And even though he just loves everything about her and he's very vocal about it, I actually loved how vocal he is about his feelings and everything. Every time that he talks and every time that he comes on the page, he's just amazing. Actually loved his energy and everything. I loved his positivity. And Stella is a little bit opposite to him, but anyway, I really enjoyed their chemistry. I loved both of them together, and especially there are certain scenes in this book which is just very sexy. So if you're looking for a book which is funny, which is very happy, positive kind of a book, and also very sexy at the same time, this book is the perfect match for it. The only thing that I want to point out about most of the books that I've read is that the main character, who is not aware of their talent or something, and they discover it, and then somehow they are like the best at everything. I mean, I get it. You're discovering that you love something and something is your passion, but that does not mean you're just perfect and just amazing. Like, everyone notices them, just like the case of Stella in window shopping. Like, I get it that she is talented and she can decorate that window place or something, but still it does not have to be like something that everyone gets impressed by. Like, she's like best of it and the sales doubles down and everything, so that is very unrealistic. And even Josie, for Always in December, she also discovers her passion for photography, and when she chooses to actually pursue it, she's just amazing at it. I mean, people just look at it and they get impressed instantly. She, in a matter of years, she gets from nobody to this big shot photographer. So that is again, I do not know, maybe that happens in case of certain people, but I have seen in most of these books happen to almost every character. The most relatable character from all of these books are Hannah and Caroline from When You Least Expect It. Both of them are very relatable. Hannah is someone who is trying to start something new. She's trying to build her life and she's trying to becoming more self-independent and actually relate with that. And even Caroline, who is a strong-headed person, but she's also very down to earth. She is very self-independent and she also have vulnerabilities when it comes to feelings. So that is again very much relatable. But anyway, all of these books are perfect to get you started for Christmas. You're gonna really enjoy it because all of these are very light reads, except for Always in December. That is a little bit sad. But anyway, it is a Christmas book about hope and everything, so you can of course enjoy it. Do let me know in the comments down below your favorite Christmas books, and I will see you next year. Please subscribe and have a Merry Christmas.